Hey everybody, Dan Shinder here with live coverage of the NAMM Show on Drum Talk TV. NAMM Show 2019, I don't know how this happened so quickly, and I'm here with Matt Marquez of Heartist and Norma Jean, based here in Orange County, right?
Heartist is in Orange County, yes.
And what about Norma Jean?
Norma Jean is from originally Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. And first of all, who were some of your biggest influences as drummers?
Oh gosh, when I was a kid, I was obsessed when I first started playing drums. Mike Palmer from Garth Brooks. My parents would show us videos of the concerts, and every time I watched a concert, I just was fixated on the drumming. And when I was listening to the albums, I was just fixated on the drumming, even when I didn't really know at the time what it was yet. And when I finally asked my dad, he's like, "That's a drum kit. That's and then that's what got me started deciding I wanted to be a drummer. And as I got older, so you just start finding your own taste in music and your own bands and things like that. I took a huge liking into the heavy rock world with drummers like Morgan Rose from Seven Dust, and Joey Jordison from Slipknot back in the day. I was trying to be super shreddy drummer. Yeah. When we're talking influences, I'm thinking more influences of the guys that really helped me decide what kind of drummer I wanted to be. So I give it all to those guys. Mike Palmer for even helping me decide that's drumming's what I want to do. Yeah.
That's awesome. How would you introduce people to the band Heartist as far as how would you describe the music?
The music is definitely a mix of sometimes we're heavy, really, really heavy, to the point where some rock fans are like, this is not my thing. And then other times we're very, very melodic and very rock-based, and in that more power kind of sense, We have our moments where we want to shred. We have our moments where we want you to sing along and bang your head and, stuff like that. So, yeah.
And you play mainly around Orange County, or do you get out?
So here in the Orange County, LA area, I do a lot of studio sessions for different bands, small up-and-coming bands, or bands with they're putting out their third or fourth album or something like that. So I give a lot of the credit for that to my dude Eric Ron. What's up, Eric? He's a producer here in LA. He's done a lot of phenomenal records. He's a great producer, great songwriter, and we worked together on a Heartist track about in I think 2011, and it was our first time working and meeting together, and he fell in love with the way I play. I fell in love with the way he records, and so from there I became kind of his go-to session drummer.
That's cool. It works out nicely that way when you love what each other does.
Yeah, we have a ridiculous chemistry. We and I can fly through an album in 10 total hours of recording time, I think, and the band gets exactly what they want, hope for, and producer gets what they want, and at the end of the day, that's kind of, even though I've spent my years touring in bands, I fell in love with studio drumming because of him.
It's a whole different thing, too.
It is. It's a different mindset, a different focus on what you're playing, and he's made me fall in love with that, completely. So, yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's a more of a discipline. It's a different discipline.
Very different. You're under the microscope constantly, and in a studio setting, people hear if you do mess up. Live, sometimes the crowd.
That's the live version.
Yeah, the live version is they don't immediately notice. You could say you messed up, and they're like, "Well, I didn't notice that or anything." But in the studio, you're under a microscope all the time. So
the producer's gonna say that's a do-over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So
very cool. How can people follow you?
Instagram, Matt Beats. Spelling of it is on here. 3 E's, TZ, with Matt at the beginning of this. That's my Instagram. I'm really active on the Instagram thing as far as posting stories, stuff like that for music and upcoming events and things like that. So
awesome. Keep us posted with what you're doing and send me some videos.
I'm going to work on that. And you know what? Actually, this year is the year for that.
Great.
So, yeah, this year's the year for a lot of videos, studio stuff, live concerts, things like that. So.
Great. And we'll talk again. We'll get more in depth into your whole drumming and musical journey. All right. appreciate you taking time to join us. I appreciate all of you taking time to join Matt Marquez and myself here on Drum Talk TV, live coverage of the NAMM Show 2019. Thanks for watching. More to come.